Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to upgrade the Jumper T16 remote controller by replacing its mini USB module with a USB Type-C one, which will also enable you to charge its battery, and also replace its handle with a foldable one, which is going to make it lighter and also more compact. As a bonus, I'm also going to show you how to replace a broken switch. And by the way, even though these steps are pretty simple, in case you are going to follow them, you should do it at your own risk. And I recommend to double check with the vendor where you bought the remote controller from, whether it's going to void your warranty or not. Before disassembling the remote controller, the first thing that you need to do is to disconnect the battery. Then I recommend to put some protection on the gimbals and turn the remote controller upside down. Then remove these two back rubber covers. Remove these 6 Phillips screws. Then remove these 2 hex screws from the top of the remote controller. Remove the side rubber covers from both sides. And now we can lift the back cover of the remote controller in order to reveal its internal parts. The first component that I'm going to install is the new USB-C charging module. First, disconnect the flat cable of the older part by lifting up this plastic part and simply pull it like that. Now we need to unscrew these 2 Phillips screws on the sides. Here you can see both components next to each other, and basically what Jumper did is to add these electronic circuits and also this 3-pins connector, which is going to be soldered to the battery connector. After putting back the 2 Phillips screws on the sides, carefully put the flat cable in its position, secure it by pushing this plastic part, and carefully make sure that it is properly secured. Now connect this 3-pins joystick connector to the module, and carefully solder the red wire to the right pin next to the plus sign, the yellow wire to the center one, and the black wire to the left pin next to the minus sign. I highly recommend to make sure that everything works fine before reassembling the remote controller, and as you can see, after connecting the remote controller to a battery bank, this red LED over here indicates that everything works fine and the battery is being charged. In case the new charging module is not going to be properly soldered to the battery connector, this red LED is going to flash, and it's going to indicate that the battery is not being charged. Now I'm going to replace my broken switch with a new one. Preferably using this tool, release these 2 parts. Then carefully release these 2 flat cables. Now I can pull out the broken switch, put the new one instead and secure it. Put back the flat cables into their correct placements. And by the way, in case you never disassembled your remote controller before, this is a great opportunity to adjust the tension of your gimbals. Now I'm going to remove the radio handle in order to replace it with the new foldable one. For that, we're going to need to remove these 2 hex screws on the sides. In case you wonder about the weight difference, the new radio handle weighs 17.5 grams, so it's about 22 grams lighter than the older one. Now, using the same hex screws, we can secure the new radio handle. One thing that I forgot to do is to extend the cutout of the mini USB connector because the USB-C is not going to fit inside. So using my soldering iron, I'm going to extend it. And if you'd like, you can use a knife. And I think that using soldering iron is actually the easiest way. Now we can reassemble the remote controller. First, reassemble the back cover, make sure that everything aligns properly, and I recommend to pay extra attention to the battery connector. After you made sure that the USB-C connector fits properly, secure the top 2 hex screws. Now put back the 6 Phillips screws, and finally put back the side and back rubber covers. The last step, of course, after connecting the battery, is to turn on the remote controller and hope that everything is going to work fine.
Welcome to Jumper TX.
So overall, after about 10 minutes of work, I've got myself a lighter and a more compact remote controller with an added capability of charging its battery using the USB-C connector. Whether you need it or not, you need to decide for yourself, and anyway, the new Jumper T16 remote controllers are going to be shipped with these options. As always, I thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell if you're not already subscribed. See you in my next videos, and goodbye.